variables are there in the page. Okay, so as soon as page gets loaded, state will store whatever the current value variables are there. So by using the state dot followed by your whatever the variable names are there. So before that, you have to also expose your variable by using @API. So as I was telling, @API is something where you can expose your variable from LWC to the outside world, where users can pass the information from outside to Salesforce. So you have to declare it as an API, and then by using state dot property, I mean basically the variable name. The syntax should be basically C underscore underscore your variable name. Okay. So by using this particular format, you can capture the information or the parameters from URL. So I'll just quickly show you a sample as well for that. So for example, let's say I had a LWC component that is URL addressable demo, in which I want to pass two parameters. Okay, that is my state and property value. Okay, so what I have done, I just set the C underscore underscore as some value and C underscore underscore property value. Okay, and I'll show you on the HTML as well. And I'm just displaying those values. Okay, so let me just quickly update it to some other value. So let's help us. That is hello. Now if I just refresh this and so you can see that whatever the LWC component it got loaded, I was able to capture the details from URL and I was able to use it on the UI. So this was very much asked feature because till now otherwise all the businesses or all the clients were relying on the Aura component to do all these things. But now you don't need to rely on the Aura component. You can directly do it from the LWC. Okay. So again, this was our first feature, that is URL addressable. As part of LWC, Salesforce also released a new API, that is Platform Utility Bar API. So what this do? So whenever you come to any console, right, you get to see all these bottom buttons. These are known as utility bars, and whatever the information, whatever the buttons you are seeing, these are the utility buttons. Okay. Now you also have an option to an LWC as a utility bar. So till now you were only able to set it as a utility bar, but going forward, if you want to control the behavior, or for example, just one small example I'll give, that let's say you want to capture that how many people have used that particular utility bar to see the user acceptance. Okay, in that case these things were not available earlier, but going forward now you can capture these information by using Platform Utility Bar API. So you have multiple options, like you can call a method called enable model, which will basically gets called as soon as you will open the utility component. For example, when I click on this, it opens something, right? So this is again, you can capture this in backend in your LWC and you can do a further business logic. Similarly, you have a lot of other features as a lot of other actions which you can now capture from the utility bar. Like let's say someone has popped out the window. Pop out means you can just click on this and it will open a new window, right? So this is called pop out. So if someone is popping out the window, that also you can capture. If you want to get information about that particular utility bar, you can do that. Okay, if you want to update the utility bar, so all these things now you can manage directly from the LWC by using the Platform Utility Bar API module. So this has come as part of LWC. This is some sample code which I had pasted here. If you want, you can contact with me after the session. I can provide you the complete code what I have written for the demo purpose. Now next comes to Apex. Okay, so in Apex also, I mean, have that much features which got released, but there are two important features which I wanted you guys also to know and definitely to explore on this. So first one is your evaluate dynamic formulas in Apex. So till now, for evaluation of any formula or something, we were relying on the formula field to see what the outcome is. But now, without using any kind of formula field or something, let's say if you have some formula which you want to evaluate, so without using any if else statement, you can directly do with the formula dot builder method. So This is one of the sample formula dot builder where there are certain parameters which we need to pass. Okay, first is this particular you can say this particular formula we are running on which object. Okay, so that is something which you need to specify, that is with type account dot as object type. Okay, what will be the return type of this? So here in our case it is going to be a boolean. Okay, so that's where we have provided as it should be a boolean. And then what will be your actual formula, right? So what we are doing is annual revenue greater than 1000 and is well, we are checking for the industry normal, how we put in the formula builder, right? So by passing these three variables, now you can directly run this formula in Apex, and then you can see what the outcome is going to be. Okay, so this is what we have as part of dynamic formulas in Apex. This is still in a beta phase. It might take some time to come in GA, but definitely it is something which we should start looking out, because going forward it will remove our reliability on the formula fields as well, because you can do a formula calculation directly in Apex. Next feature is our so next enhancement what Salesforce has given is that going forward, when you are doing a query and traversing down to the child records, let's say you have an account, from account you want to get contact and all its related child, something like so. In that hierarchy, Salesforce has introduced the level up to 5. So now you can go up to 5 level down in the same SOQL query, like the one which you are seeing here in the example. Okay, so from account you can go to contacts, and you can also get assets which is related to contacts, followed by work orders related to that particular asset, and work order line item related to that work order. So in that way you can traverse up to 5 level down in a SOQL query going forward as part of Apex. Next, let's come to Lightning App Builder. So in Lightning App Builder, now Salesforce has provided something called blank space. So till now, whenever we were configuring the pages, we used to see the misalignment, because let's, for example, here in the left hand side, you can see the billing address size was big, but now for the website, you can see the size was small. So it was showing some kind of misalignment here. That your blank space feature has came into picture, where you can just add a blank space here, and it will automatically gets adjusted to whatever field is available on the left hand side of it, or maybe the right hand side, wherever you are putting it. So whatever field is there next to it, it will get adjusted accordingly, and you can, and your alignment you can basically make it proper. Next is now going forward in the app builder as well, you can basically create a um, you can basically create conditions on the tabs what you have created. So for example, okay, so say I'll go to account. Okay, I'll just close all these. So let's say I have come to account, and I'll go to app builder. So now these are the tabs which we can basically add it into our app builder. So now going forward, you have an option to put a conditional visibility on the tabs as well. For example, for chatter, you can put a conditional visibility. Okay, so like this, you can put a conditional visibility that okay, for this particular component only, or this particular condition only, I want to see these tabs. So this feature has came in. Otherwise, earlier we used to basically create lot of repeated components and show, and basically doing a show hide on that particular component. Okay, so here you can say, let's say I just clicked on chatter, and you got an option to set the component visibility. So now let's say if I put that this particular component should only be visible to desktop. Okay, form factor equals, let me just make it sizeless, equals desktop. So then in that case, chatter will be only visible on the desktop. So these types of configuration also you can do it on the Lightning App Builder. Similarly, let's say if you want to create a normal dynamic header for any of the record, for example, let's say I'm on an account record, but I want to show, or I want to highlight that okay, this is an account summary. Then in that case, I got a new component here, something called rich text. where I can just put my whatever the value I want to show it as a kind of header. Okay, so that particular configuration you can do here. If you want, you can put any kind of header on the record pages with the rich text component which has been provided by Salesforce. So let's say I'll just put as account summary. Control A, I'll make it a center. I can change it the label, I can change the size. Let's say I'll make it as 28. So this is kind of banner also, you can say, where you can put the banner as well here. Okay, so this is a new component or new standard component provided by Salesforce, that is rich text. Okay, and also going forward, say whenever you're going to create a new custom field. Okay, so till now what used to happen that when you create a new custom field and you have a lightning page, then you had to come and add that particular field on the lightning page. But going forward, during the creation wizard only, you will be able to add these particular new custom fields directly on the pages. So let's say if you have dynamic forms enabled on your account, and now if I create a new custom field, then I can directly add it from the wizard on this particular dynamic forms. Okay, this was also missing till now, user, and it was a double process that you add a new field, come here and then add it into the page layout. But now you can avoid that just with a single creation wizard. You can add it on the dynamic forms as well. There are certain general permissions as well which has been provided by Salesforce. So now, going forward on a user level, you can just get a kind of summary that what all access user is having. So they have basically modified this user pages to get more, you can say 360 kind of view related to the permissions of that particular user. What permission that particular user is having, what access that particular user is having. So this is what somewhat your screen will look like going forward once you enable this feature, that you can just see in the bottom you have a user permission, like what all permission that particular user is having, what all object permission that user is having, field permission. So all these things in a more interactive way Salesforce has provided on the UI for a particular, for a user to get the information about the user. Going forward, similar kind of UI has been introduced for the public groups as well. So now going forward, let's say if you have a public group, you can directly see where that public group is being used. Let's say if any on the list view it has been used, or if it is being part of any other public group, or any sharing rules, or any reports and dashboards. So all that information now you can directly get it from a one UI. Earlier we used to roam around here and there to find out okay where the public group is being used, but going forward that will not be the case. You can easily find out that which particular standard configuration this public group is being used. And same goes with our permissions and permission sets as well. So like in permission sets, you, I mean, in the similar UI you can see in the backend that what all the basic permissions has been enabled for that particular permission set, who all are the users to whom this has been assigned to, what are the custom permissions which are part of that permission set. So basically Salesforce has given a more interactive UI for this, where you can also see that if any permission set group is using that particular permission set or not. Okay, so this is what we have as part of permission set enhanced UI from the Salesforce. So just an add-on, or you can say just a bonus slide on this. So there are certain features which has came as part of Omni Studio as well, where as I was showing you in the flow that we have now Google enabled address. So similarly, it is going to be in the Omni scripts as well. So in Omni scripts as well, now you can use the Google powered address fields. Okay. Similarly, you get an option to remove the duplicates from a list whenever basically you are creating a merge list in an integration procedure of the Omni Studio. And going forward, so we have something called add days function in Omni Studio, where going forward now you can also put the time zone of the user. So whatever the date outcome is there, that particular date outcome will be in the time zone which you have provided. So these are some of the features from the Omni Studio as well. So yep, I think that's all I had from my side. I know it was a little bit fast, but I hope you guys have got something out of this. So thank you, and that's all I had. Any questions? Now I'm open for any questions.
Hey, thanks Alok for the wonderful session. Guys, if anyone have any question, you can use a Q&A option or you can request for the moderator and presenter. We will allow you to speak.
So Alok, there is a question in the Q&A section. The
Yeah.
question is, repeater also works for uploading files in Salesforce?
Sorry, repeater also.
Does say can we means what I think Rohit is asking is, can we use repeater
Hmm.
for uploading files in Salesforce?
For uploading files, definitely something which we can explore. But I think yes, uh, I can just check and get back to you. But as far as I remember, file upload also they have enabled for repeater. But there are certain list of attributes on which this repeater is going to work. Like your standard ones are definitely supported. I think files upload also should be able to get supported. But definitely is something which we can check out. But I think it should be.
Noted. That's a good question, Rohit. Next we have from Shashank. So the question is, can we control the visibility of screen components, but can we disable any input components in the flow screen? Okay, so we can control the visibility of share components, but can we also disable any input fields?
Yes, disabling also we have the feature. So as I was showing you on the UI, so now going forward, let's say you have an input field, so you get a disabled option there or an attribute. So if you just make it as true, it will become disabled. So now that basically accepts true and false. Okay. Now, if you want to perform some business logic before making it as enabled or disabled, that also you can do. And for this I would say that we have something called screen reactivity which Salesforce has introduced. So the combination of screen reactivity along with disabling and enabling feature is something which you can utilize to create a single page application for disabling and enabling any kind of input fields or date fields or anything.
Noted. So the next question that we have is from Ashok. The question is, can you explain custom button call for LWC or some other process in flow custom action? So Ashok, so guys, whomsoever is raising questions, right, try to give like a more clarity to it. So Alok, I think what Ashok is asking is that what exactly is custom button, and can we call LWC or other process from flow custom action?
No, I mean at this moment. So see, basically, custom action or action button, what I have explained, that is a kind of button which has been provided by Flow to call a backend logic. At this
Mhm.
moment, you can only call auto launch flows, but I think going forward, based on the feedbacks and whatever they are getting from the clients based on the usage, I think they will enable LWCs and other Apex as well. But right now, only auto launch flows are supported on action button, and it is still in a beta phase. So definitely some enhancement on this are expected from Salesforce.
Awesome. So I think the this guys, this is going to be the last question. So then, if you have any questions, you can post it into chat, and Alok can answer that in the chat, or you can reach out to Alok directly. I mean, he's very much reachable through LinkedIn, and he has also shared his number. So just give him a call. Give him a lot
Yeah.
of calls. So on same flow screen, can we get value of combo box without going to the next screen and get the selected value?
Yes. So see, whatever this scenario has been asked, and definitely, I mean, whoever has asked, this is a very good scenario. This scenario is basically revolving around the screen reactivity. As I was telling, right, that screen reactivity is something which Salesforce has introduced. So going forward, whatever inputs are being done from one screen or let's say one part that can be captured in other part by using screen reactivity. So definitely, yes, we can do it for screen reactivity part of this. I think this we had covered in our last sessions, right, Sagar? The screen reactivity and all.
Yes, yes, it
Yeah,
was there in the last session. Yep.
yeah. So that can help you definitely with your this scenario.
Awesome. Thanks, Alok. Thanks for answering all the questions, guys. If you have more questions, please use the chat option. I'm closing the Q&A, so you can ask your questions in the chat, and Alok will give you the answer. If not,
Yeah.
then again you can reach out to Alok. He is very much reachable through his mobile, and he means he has given his mobile number on LinkedIn. Also, is very much reachable. So we have started Kahoot, guys. This is our Kahoot barcode. You can just scan it from your app, or you can go to the kahoot.it app, and then you can add the game pin 3086900. And right now, how many people we have? We have 19. So out of 47, well, I at least expect we should be having at least 30. Oh, there is a limit. 20 limit? I think we had a limit of 40. Oh, so guys, I think we have a problem here. We had a higher limit of 40 people, but okay. So guys, if you just give me like 5 minutes, I'm going to upgrade it. So bear with me. Meanwhile, Alok, over to you. If you can pick some questions from the chat.
Sure, sure, Sagar. So I think there is one question from Arjun, but I was just reading through from the down, so just got disconnected. So Arjun, for your question, definitely see fuzzy logic is something which is a part of duplicate rule. That's true. But when you want to use matching records for this, so you have operators like like operators or contains operators. Those things you can use. But yeah, fuzzy logic is something which is specifically as part of duplicate rules. But see, as far as I have seen and the way Salesforce is investing on flows, I'm very much sure that they will come up with the fuzzy logics as well into your check records. But yeah, definitely right now it's not there as part of matching records. So one question is there from Shashank. We can launch flows and LWC from global action, but can we launch global actions from LWC slash flows? So I've not seen this scenario, Shashank, till now, calling a global action from LWCs and flows. But as far as I remember, it is not possible. But definitely, I mean, I can check and get back to you. But as far as I remember, when I tried doing this thing, I was getting some errors or something. So I don't think so that global action is still possible from LWC and flows. Um, so any other questions, anyone? I think I'm open for it. I'm sorry, I'm not able to scroll up till the top. So, any questions, you can just post it in the chat, and definitely you can take it up. Neeraj, yes, PDF creation possible in LWC. VF page, we all know it is possible, but PDF creation also it is possible, but not with as part of native of LWC. But definitely there are a lot because since see, LWC is basically a JavaScript framework, and JavaScript also provides a lot of packages or you can say modules by using which you can create the PDFs in LWC as well. Okay, so you can basically import those packages or you can store it as a static resource. You can use those modules and you can create a PDF in LWC. But as a native LWC, it is still not available. So for if you're looking for a native solution, definitely you have to go via VF pages. So we have like, can we add validation on repeater to prevent next screen until first gets filled? So yes, I mean that's true. For one, you can do that by, like as I was telling, right? We have the so basically, if I understand, you want all the inputs to be provided until we go to next screen, right? So in that case, whatever the boxes you are putting, right, we get the new feature, right, that is required. So you can make those fields as those as required. So until unless user will not provide the information, flow will not allow them to go to next screen. So you can use the required. So whatever boxes you are putting in the repeater, make it as required. If you can set dynamic height of Visual Force page in SF Experience Cloud. Uh, See, I mean, this this is something which I would say right now It's not possible, because see what happens is when you go to Experience Cloud or when you build your site on the Experience Cloud, right? So whenever you're putting a Visual Force page, Experience Cloud give basically it provides a div component where you are placing your Visual Force pages and all, which becomes static initially when you provide the height and width of that. But definitely you can just try leaving this as empty and controlling the height from the VF page. But as far as I remember right now, with a VF page, I don't think so. You can make it as a dynamic height. Definitely, I'll provide you that. Like I was saying, I have my YouTube channel as well. So there I have uploaded this whole code along with this scenario. So if you want, you can take a look from there as well.
Thanks, Alok. So, guys, we have again started the Kahoot. This is going to be a new pin. Please do join. And I know it took like 2-3 minutes, but I just wanted to ensure that we all have equal opportunity to participate in the Kahoot. So I will just wait till 1 more minute. So it is 12:04. Let's just wait for 12:05. Guys, I see a couple of names who are a part of volunteer team. So please note that you won't be able to get any swag, though you can participate. So if you get one, then rank two will be selected. If you get rank two, and that's fine because rank one will be selected. So we'll be giving away just one swag in this Kahoot. Okay. We have 24 users who have signed up. Just 1 minute to go, guys. Then we'll start. Okay, so we are getting started. We have 28. Okay, so guys, I will be on mute. Please focus on the questions. We are going to start. Well, that means a lot of people have paid attention. So the answer is going to be the repeater, and we have John on the leaderboard. Let's go to the next question. Oh, you want me to zoom? Sure. I think now it works. Nice. So, guys, quick question. Please post it in the chat if you can hear the music, the Kahoot. Just wanted to ensure that it's there or it's just for me. Oh, you can. Perfect. So let's go to the next question. We have. Oh, there is a change in the leaderboard. So let's see the next question. So we have 10 questions, guys. Don't lose hope. Well, it's just two or three which can make you on the top. A lot of changes in the leaderboard. I mean, with every question, we are seeing a change. Okay, so how do we have the leaderboard? Guys, if you are facing some issues, you can always refresh your screen. I mean, if you'll, it will take you out of the Kahoot. I'm not sure. I think it will just take you out of the Kahoot, and then you have to again re-enter. So it might be a network issue. You just have to wait. Should work, Furman, for you. So let's go to the next question. Which feature prevent duplicate record in flows without actions? Okay, so here we have last question. Okay, and let's see the results.